Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports. The local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
Last night, I thought I heard something I've never heard before. I thought I heard the great lawn groan. It happened right before the NFL draft when the Cardinals were penalized for tampering, docked 28 spots in the third round, when our fan base once again felt the diss of dysfunction. I mean, really? It's bad enough the team allegedly deployed a burner phone scheme for a bargain rack general manager before a season in which they finished 3-13, but tampering for an unproven rookie head coach who had no options, no leverage, and was held in contempt by most of the Philly fan base, that was the worst way to begin a new era of generally managing that I can remember. But to his credit, Monti Ossenfort rallied. He made a solid pick in Paris Johnson Jr., and his maneuvering is receiving really solid reviews all across the NFL. Now, locally, some people recoil at the idea of drafting the O-lineman of Kyler Murray's choosing, thinking it's going to make our polarizing quarterback even more entitled, and I think those people are missing the point, because I do not believe our new GM drafted Johnson because of Murray, but in doing so, he can make it seem like Murray had a voice, that they're listening to him, that they're invested in him, even attending a statue dedication in Oklahoma City in the midst of draft preparation. And in return, that might make Murray more prone to open his ears and his hearts and actually listen to them. And for my money, that is sound long-term planning, something we haven't seen a lot from the Cardinals in recent years.
Man, it was awesome. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
It's Monti Ossenfort, the GM of the Cardinals, after the maneuvering of day one of the draft on Thursday that ends up with the Cardinals taking Paris Johnson Jr. with the 6th overall pick. And kind of the wonder, the excitement in his voice that he's talking about there. You know, the thought that came to mind is like, I've never done it. I'm not a thrill seeker, but I've talked to people who have maybe been hesitant about things like bungee jumping or skydiving. And then
exactly.
And then when they get done with it,
that's
they're
exactly
like,
right.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Yeah, I called it a kid discovering roller coasters for the first time. I caught the exact same vibe that you did. Exactly. And I was exhilarated by it. I listened to that reaction, and that was different than what I expected. He didn't show any signs of being stressed out by everything that went down. Unlike Sean Miller, his shirt wasn't a sweat-stained mess. You ever see that guy, Jarrett?
What a puddle that guy is.
And to the contrary, he was just vibing high off the experience, and I like that. That means this guy likes that action. This guy, and the fact that, you know, he was asked, hey, so was Paris Johnson Jr. your guy all along? He's like, no, not necessarily. I was just rolling with it. Yeah. With each pick, I was rolling what my deals and my options and my scenarios were, and I like that a lot. I do. I like that a lot. So I do think there's a level of competence and professionalism. Aside from the tampering thing, from that little thing, and it really sounds asinine even saying this, but in terms of the skill set, and maybe that was nothing more than just a rookie mistake. Maybe that was something that fell through the cracks, right?
Maybe.
You know, like Herm Edwards not knowing that the Sun Devils were like a nickname. You know, you make mistakes, right? First-timers.